East Asia region. So it's my great pleasure and honor to welcome two distinguished guests. On my right hand is Petr Očko from Czech Technology Agency. Petr has recently been appointed as a new German technology agency, but he has had a long time experience with technology companies and startups, etc. Because his last appointment was that Petr was responsible for National Innovation Fund at the Ministry of Industry and Trade. So he was trying to build a sort of financial environment for Czech technology and ICT companies to grow for the future. On my left hand, there is Pavel Fara from Confederation of Industry. Pavel is Deputy Director of Department of International Relations, and he has been for quite a long time somehow opening the doors for Czech companies in markets all around the world, but mainly from his experience in Japan and China. Just a few words to both institutions, because not all of you are from the Czech Republic. Czech Technology Agency is agency responsible for applied research support, coordination, and cooperation. There's also some programs of cooperation with foreign countries. We'll speak about it a bit later. And Confederation of Industry is the largest industrial association or confederation, which basically consists of all main companies, manufacturing, transportation, etc., present on the Czech market. We will start with the technology agency. So Petr, Tachin has recently opened Delta program, which is a program supporting projects in East Asia and Southeast Asia. So if you can tell us a bit more what it is and what does it mean for the companies.
Thank you, and thank you very much for the invitation. Just a little bit late coming here because the program of this event is very interesting for me. As I said, I was very much interested in supporting startups and so on, but now I'm in the technology agency. Technology agency has several programs supporting applied research, as it was said, and one of the programs that we implement is called Delta, as it was mentioned, and Delta is a program of bilateral international cooperation in applied research. It means that we support projects that where we try to find a counterpart of our agency on the other side, and it means funding agency, and we try to reach an agreement on opening the common goal. It means that we have a goal where projects that have participants from both sides participate in common projects. So the aim of the program is to support cooperation on research, international cooperation in research that has applied results. So we do not support like basic research, we support projects that have concrete results like prototypes, products, or this kind of results. And at this moment we have open call for South Korea, so it's very relevant for this event. That is from the end of April to the 20th of July. So we are very much happy if anyone of you knows about any prospective cooperation in applied research where Czech participant and participant from Korea could take part. We'll be very much happy to consult with you. It can be both companies, it can be research organizations from both sides. So it doesn't matter what kind of applicant it will be, company or research organization like university. But the important is to have in mind that these projects with real commercializable outputs. So this is very much current topic called South Korea. Maybe for this one it's also to mention that we already had two calls to this program open for Asian countries. One of them was Vietnam, was actually the first one a few years ago, and last year was China and Taiwan together, and it was quite successful. We we have around 20 projects from the last call. So I think for this kind of programs it's quite successful. I saw the list of the projects from the last call, China and Taiwan, and many of them I see big potential in them. They were from various areas, ICT, nanotechnology, biotechnology, so various areas of cooperation. And we hope for having such a big number of projects also with South Korea. In South Korea we cooperate with two agencies, one is CATER and the second one is SPIA. If you have questions, I would like to answer them later on.
So if you have any ideas for a joint research project with Korean companies or institutions, now is the right time to do it. Pavel, from your experience, what kind of support or tools do Czech companies need when they try to reach East Asian markets, and also what the Confederation can do for them?
Good afternoon, everyone. That's I think quite a great question for us, because I think the Confederation of Industry is one of these tools, partially. But maybe I would like to start from another side, because we are thinking about Southeast Asia or Asian market and innovations, and we are focusing, let's say, on countries like China, Japan, Korea, Taiwan. We are speaking about countries which are dynamic. They have really proper strategies, or they are trying to set some strategies how to do this, how to support innovation, how to put companies together, and they were able and willing to provide some state support and to create the tools. So I think for us is to learn what they are doing, how they are doing it, and sometimes try to not copy, but to adapt some of their let's say activities into our conditions. We definitely need tools like technological agencies. We need associations like the Confederation is to be more focused not only on traditional industry, not only on let's say homeland lobbying, but also to focus also on B2B activities and B2G activities in supporting innovations. We need also creating some platforms for matching those people. Maybe what I would like to stress out, we need to learn and to help people to create more clusters and some consortiums, because that's something I think the Czech companies don't know perfectly, or not doing so often as their competitors. And if you are competing with someone who is completely different in size, you need to find some way how to do it, and to make a cluster, and to work the brand of the Czech Republic is also a good tool. Not to be one anonymous company, but be a representative of a strong industrial and innovative country. That's maybe about the tools. You can add some more details later.
Maybe I would have one more follow-up question, because what we heard at the previous panel was that what works in Asia is fairs and conferences, unlike in Europe. For example, technological conferences in Europe, nobody is interested in that because they don't bring you any business, but in Asia it's still quite a big story. So is that something that is from your perspective important?
Yeah, it's very good remarks. Thank you for remarking this, because part of our activity is also supporting trade fairs. We are trying to select trade fairs that should be then supported by our government, because government is providing incentives for the companies. It's also one of the tools. Government is providing incentives for the Czech companies to participate at trade fairs. This is part of the brand, because it's much better if you are participating on a huge trade fair somewhere in China, and it's a huge stand, rather than 15 companies, and there's a huge flag of the Czech Republic, a huge representation and support of the ambassador, of everything is helping. But yes, Václav is right. To get people to a technological focused trade fair, it's complicated. Not even in Asia, it's sometimes complicated even in Europe. I have my own experience with one quite interesting trade fair in Barcelona, and it was very difficult to convince the Czech course, to go there under some auspices of the state, and it was to find a partner for some technological cooperation. They are maybe too much focused only on simple export of products or subcontracting to other big companies in Germany. They are not so active in like pushing themselves directly to the markets.
Let's move to challenges and opportunities, because Asia is definitely a market everybody's interested in now, and that's the reason why we gathered here today. From your experience and from the technology agency experience so far, what are the main challenges and opportunities, for example, for the grantees who work on your program, who have been given some money from the program?
I think definitely that there's a big opportunity to cooperate with many of the Asian countries. Maybe I would also like to mention that we are planning to open a call with Japan probably in the year. We are now in discussion with the Japanese innovation agency called MEDO. So maybe it's another good news, hopefully. Actually, the problem is the distance from these countries, and to agree on the common projects for our applicants is sometimes a little bit difficult, and of course it costs some money to set up a project for application in the data program, because you should meet several times for that, because some initial money definitely. So probably the program is rather relevant to companies or research organizations that have already some cooperation with these countries, and the project is outcome of longer term cooperation. As a technology agency, we would like to play a more active role in helping to make these contacts, and we are in quite close cooperation, for example, with the foreign offices of Czech investors. I also worked for Czech investors for some time. So in Tokyo and in Seoul, foreign offices, we are in cooperation with them. And definitely they also can help to find partners and somehow to facilitate the cooperation. On the other hand, of course, the opportunities are huge. We are visiting several of these countries, and we see what is happening there in applied research, and how these countries are following the future trends, future opportunities, and definitely to connect with them is very, in many cases, very useful for them. So.
Paul, from your experience, I guess that some of the things that you mentioned will be very similar to your experience. You can tackle
you mean the challenges or the way how to tackle them? I think yes, from our experience, one very important is finding the right partner, and it doesn't mean only to find the right partner in Asia, but sometimes it's good to start finding the right partner here in the Czech Republic. That's again a question of size of your capacity, like to be self-confident, but you need to know how to start and where to start. I think a good state, a good place to start can be some organization, even like a technological agency can be even information industry. I think not that we directly, we are not the one who will help you to explore the thing, but we can help you to find the right partner, or we can take you to a meeting or to a trade mission or to a trade fair where you will find it. That's the first thing. The second, let's say, challenge or problem is very different way of thinking. This is a long-term project, because changing the mindset of the people and changing the way how the schools are preparing professional systems.
Is changing the mindset here in Central Europe or in Asia?
Definitely here, because as I mentioned at the beginning, they are more dynamic. The Europe, and we are part of the European part of the Western, let's say, industrial culture, is that we are the leaders. And now we are a little bit surprised by the fact that in certain point of view or in certain branches we are not leaders anymore, or at least we are maybe still leaders, but the competitors are only a few millimeters behind, and that's something that the Czech companies are, or even the European companies are not used to, and the schools and the infrastructure is not prepared to tackle this problem. And then it's connected with what I said before, find a niche on the market. Because if you are coming from the Czech Republic and you would like to be, for example, I don't know, part of the supply chain of Huawei or I don't know, some other big company, Hyundai, you need to bring some real innovation, maybe small, but something that they really need, and what's like applicable. Because sometimes people are doing innovations or doing research, but they don't have the right connections to the reality. Like I have seen even a common project with technology agency. It's a very good idea. It's maybe a small but really useful project. The name is something like supporting of the export of the innovations and research products or products of research and innovations, which means that someone invented something, some solution, and we have together with Pasha and with the export guarantee corporations, it's an insurance company providing export credits and some other people and some other associations, we are trying to find a company which is able to take this innovation, take this product, take this idea, and transform it into something that can be commercialized. This project is focused on things that can be commercialized quickly, but it's not necessary. But in that case, we are trying to find something that can be easily, within like 1-2 years, transformed into real product, real money, real income. And this is something very good tool and very good way how to do it, because the people are solving real problems. There's a company, the company has a problem, and we are finding someone who has the solution for the problem. If you would like to add?
Yeah, maybe thanks for mentioning that the project, as you said, the project of technology agency and some other expert agencies for like support with exporting results of R&D. I would say it corresponds to one idea, because I would not answer the technology agency, but I know very good commercial with that. But I see directly the results of the project. Now we have 2,000 projects supported, many of them are already finished, and lots of these projects have, from my point of view, excellent results. But the problem is that in many cases they lack or they cannot handle the implementation, because every of these projects have some implementation plan how to get the product to the market, but actually many of these projects fail to them. But what I would like to do is to support these activities, to bring this prospective investors to take these products and to implement it here in the Czech Republic, production of here in the Czech Republic. And this project that helps with export is very good to do. And as I say, the best way how to support export is support innovation.
You basically both mentioned that we need, like if we have an innovation, it has to be quick, because Asia is much more dynamic region than here in Europe. Which brings me to the question we have from Slido from somebody who asks, can you highlight any relevant trends in the future development of the cooperation between Czech Republic and East and Southeast Asia? So basically, that guy or lady wants you to predict what will happen in a couple of years. Will we be still able to somehow export our innovation and put them on the Asian market, or will it be the other way around? What do you think?
It's quite a difficult question, because to predict something like that, especially one very important term, is quite difficult. What I think is the right solution and what can be a successful strategy, or I think the companies will try to do, and the state should also help them to do is to be like to get in whole chains. Not only like I have one innovation or one idea, I'm now applying that, and within several months or maybe a year or two, there is another one, another competitor from another country, and I'm out, and that's all. I think this is not the trend should be, and I hope will be to be included in all. I'm a good example. For example, Czech Republic is a great producer of small planes. It's an innovative, complicated. You need material engineering, you need engines, you need research. It's not an easy way, an easy thing to create a plane. And if you are exporting planes to China and you are creating brands, you are exporting innovations included in the whole product. And the rest of the chain is you need pilot trainings. And if you are training pilots, you need simulators. Simulators need software needs upgrades, and etc. And that the way I would like to see in the future.
But from your perspective, how is the future look like?
It's always hard to predict. I can see positive trend in making the relations to Southeast Asian countries, especially closer. We saw some movements with relations with China. But now we have also very close contacts to South Korea. And what I think that is from the R&D point of view, big challenge that we shouldn't miss is that in the Czech Republic there was billions of Czech crowns invested into R&D infrastructure in the last years, and I think we should be able to promote these investments and to attract foreign investments and cooperation to this R&D infrastructure, because we have like 48 new R&D centers built from the EU money in the last 5 or 6 years. This is a huge potential, and we should somehow promote it and use it. So I would like to see more closer cooperation in this area, and I think that Czech Republic has many things to give or
we have a couple of more minutes, so if there's any question from the audience, please raise your hand. Identify yourself.
If I may ask, I'd like to ask, do you see Visegrad Group as a group of countries that have any tangible potential to approach East Asia? And have you come across any platform in the Visegrad Group that actually prepares for such a task?
So the question was, if you didn't hear whether the Visegrad Group can have any role in cooperation with East Asia, whether there is some platform which can be used for that. Who wants to answer?
I can start. Maybe we all have different point of view or different opinion in this technology agency, but yes, Asia, people for example from China, they sometimes speaking, or even people from big countries far from Europe are sometimes speaking about the V4 Visegrad Group. Like they think, sometimes they think that it's something like Benelux or something like that, which definitely isn't, but they feel it. And I think we as the members of the V4 are not able to use this potential. So from my side, from my point of view, usually is not helping so much, because we have sometimes problems to cooperate with each other in the Czech Republic. So if there is a company in the Czech Republic cooperating with someone in Poland or in Hungary, they are doing this on their own. They are doing this, they are cooperating with someone from Austria, from Germany, but usually not on the platform before. For me, it's more political organization, but maybe I'm right. From my practical experience, it's usually like that.
we are trying to go against the trend because we are partially funded by the Visegrad Fund. So this is sort of the Visegrad operation. Patrick, do you want to add something, or do you have the same opinion?
I could maybe say that we also in my previous assignment was in the master industry, where I also cooperated in the area of startups. We had initiative, before initiative, I don't know maybe it was mentioned here, before startups, that actually is still alive, and its aim is to make this region more visible for investors, so including Silicon Valley. And some others I had some discussion about having before startup even in Israel. So actually it can help in some way, but in the end, when we then spoke about more concrete activities, it always ended up with every country wanting to have investors coming to the individual country. And generally, everybody agrees that it's a nice idea, but on the level of concrete activities, it didn't work so well. But I think that even this Silicon Valley was very nice and helped a little bit to attract more investors from Silicon Valley than to make it only if it was Czech Republic. So I think there is some sense in that, but individual interest always prevail.
Innovative way. Probably want to add one sentence.
Maybe one sentence, not to be so repetitive. Yes, we need to find some good examples, because as Mr. Očko said, when it comes, for example, to attracting foreign investments, we are competitors. But in some cases, we have good examples with, let's say, supply chains, and we are able to promote them. But I would like to see more wider cooperation, not only before, maybe wider, like more into the middle Europe, like more, because for example Austrians sometimes want to be involved, and let's say it's sad that they are not involved. So let's take it like more like middle European cooperation and infrastructure, from my point of view.
And on this very positive note, we have to wrap up because our conversation is slowly coming to an end. I would like to thank all of you for coming today. It was the first volume of Asia Innovation Forum. I hope that next year we will gather here in greater numbers. So huge thanks to all of you. Now we will have a lunch to stay, and then at 2 o'clock, for those who are interested, there is a delegation of technological companies from Jiangsu province, China, coming here, so we can have some B2B meetings. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you.